Hey guys, it's that time of month again when I do a roundup and wrangle up all the colouring pages I've done. This is for May and June. I never colour enough in 1 month to warrant a video every month, so I compile it all together. But actually we're going to start with this one, which is from Hannah Lynn's Mythical Maidens and Curious Creatures. And this I actually finished at the end of April, but I'd already recorded my previous video. So this page I actually managed to do a bit outside. I was actually colouring outside because we had some very nice warm weather. Not that it lasted very long, never does in Britain. And this is Cupid. And I knew I wanted pink because Cupid shoots arrows of love to make people fall in love. So it's sort of almost Valentine's Day inspired. I knew I wanted it pink, I knew I wanted it white. And then I had the idea that it would be nice to do this orangey sort of sunset background. I wanted something warm toned to match her skin and her hair. And I just wanted to introduce a different colour. Also, yellow is the complementary colour of purple, and it also complements pink really well. So her dress is mainly Prismacolors. Prismacolors have lots of lovely different types of pink. Then the clouds are a mixture of luminance and Prisma for the different kinds of purple. If I bring this up to the light, you might be able to see the shimmery gel pen on her gloves and gold on her ribbons. And the background is actually pencil. It's all pencil, and I've got zest it over the top to blend it out so it looks really smooth. I did this gradient, so it goes from the darker to the lighter in a diagonal, which was really fun to do. The first time I tried to do a gradient, it did not go well. that colouring page will not see the light of day. And I was much happier with this second attempt. And I really liked the fact that it's a little bit different having a gradient background and not just blue or a typical sky colour. So that is that one. Next up, I've got a Colouring Heaven, the Steampunk Special by Matt and Dawn Davidson. I absolutely adore this issue. I could colour absolutely everything in it. They are such fantastic artists. And my first page in this is a portrait by Dawn, and it's called Foxy. I was only after I'd finished the whole page that I realised I've basically coloured a steampunk Daphne from Scooby-Doo, because her hair is lovely orange, she's got green eyes and wears a purple dress, and she has a green choker, and that is basically what Daphne looks like. It was not intentional, it was totally subconscious. Her skin is a mixture of Prismas, luminance and light fast. I went for quite a pale look. No makeup, as she is Victorian inspired. They didn't wear makeup. Her dress is Prismas. I went sort of with a satiny effect. Her hair is Prismas and light fast to get a nice, quite realistic orange. However, the fox is totally light fast. The light fast have so many beautiful orange colours and browns. Can't recommend them enough for the natural earth tones. And that's what I've done here. A little bit of Posca for some of the white fur detailing. Her hat is then luminance. It's the combo I'd actually use for black hair, but on the hat. And then I just added a teensy bit of pan pastel, a sort of a yellow ochre, just to give a very simple background. I really wanted her to be the focus. So I just sort of added more of a vignette around her. But yeah, looking forward to do more pictures in this particular issue. I think this one might be my next one, the previous one. So that is the Steampunk special, which I think is still available on their website. Certainly at the time of filming. And I seem then to have a bit of a redhead spree because I did another one. This is Delikatność, or Gentleness, and it is from the beautiful Slavic Beauties by Kristina Novak. And this was inspired because the wonderful Shannon did a beautiful rendition of this page, and I didn't actually realise that it was in this book until I looked through it. This is my first page from this book. I've had it for ages, but shame on me, I've only coloured in it now. And when I did it, when I saw the original image, it immediately made me think of a book character. And that character is Poppy from Blood and Ash. She's referred to as the Maiden. And she wears a veil. And this just reminded me so much of it. And so, her appearance is totally based on the book description. So the red hair, the scars across her eye, which I added myself. They weren't on the original image, those I've added. Her green eyes, and then the white veil. And this skin did take me a long, long while. I probably spent about 3-4 hours. It's Prisma, Luminance, and Lightfast. I think nearly 20 pencils to get that effect. But I was really, really proud of the skin. I think it's come out really well. And I've added sort of furrows in her brow. And by adding the scars, I think she's got a lot more character. And I'm totally thinking of doing this more on my portraits. You know, adding more of an expression. Because I think it really makes them unique to you. Her hair is polychromos. I've done a video on this if you want to see how I did this particular hair colour. Her veil then is just Prismacolor, as are the flowers. And then I used Luminance and Lightfast, the Alizarin Crimson, to do this sort of dark red background. I didn't want to introduce another colour, and I didn't want it to be black. So I did this sort of dark red to complement the deep tones in her hair. And this was an interesting sort of experiment to do on the page. Try and make it look like a book character and add things to it. I've never done that on a colouring page before. But I recommend doing it. Don't just go with what the lines tell you. Be free and be creative to add your own things. It really is worth it. So from a very big portrait like that, we're going to move now to a much smaller portrait. Much smaller. Look how small that is compared to my finger. This is The Rose Fairy by Jasmine Beckett Griffith from her first colouring book. And as you can see how tiny it is. This, I just wanted a quick colouring page to do. Nothing particularly difficult. Very quick. I think I did this completely in Prismacolor. Her skin and her hair, even the roses. Her wings are based on a monarch butterfly. And I mainly followed the colours from Jasmine's original painting, including the sort of periwinkle of her eyes. And then Jasmine's original painting had an all black background, which was like super easy. Just go over that in pencil, boom, done. I think I did this in only 1 or 2 sittings. And it was just nice to do. Nice little relaxing one. And then from relaxing, we go to quite nerve-wracking. This is from Hannah Lynn's Whimsy Girls for the Decades, my first picture in this book. And I immediately saw this page, really liked it. And it gave me an opportunity to do dark skin. I have a tutorial for this if you want to see how I do this dark skin. It is simpler than it looks. Honestly, do not be afraid of doing different skin tones. And then I looked up a 80s jumper. I think she is inspired by the 80s. I found all these neutral colours, which I really liked. I don't often use neutral colour palettes, but they are beautiful. And then I realised I had to do all that hair. Just look how much hair there is. And it's curls. I'd never done it before. I had no idea how to approach it. All of this was fine. That was normal. Sort of the flicks of the pencil to get the hair. This, had no idea. So I winged it. And the effect actually does work. I sort of scumbled the pencil. In painting terms, when you scumble, you're just taking the brush and you're just making these very loose circular motions. That's basically what I did with the pencil. I was almost scribbling. Plus I added some brown in there as well to give it some warmth. I wanted her hair to be a warm black hair rather than black hair with blue tones. Then the only way to... I am sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background. They are loud. They are Labradors. They make very good guard dogs. So then the only way to get it smooth, I actually put a blender pencil on this, and then went over the lines in a black Posca pen to get the curl details back in. So it was a learning experience doing this page, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to do curly hair like that again. It was so difficult. I thought doing Merida's hair, red hair, was difficult. That was harder. Hence the reason when I showed you how to do this skin, I did not attempt the hair a second time. As a break from my portraits, I then did this little Kanoko Agusa for Tonya's snorkeling with Agusa tag, which was to do this page as a group buddy colour. All these fish are real fish. You've got clownfish, that's an angelfish, that's the blue-cheeked, I think, butterfly fish. That's was it green spotted pufferfish? Something like that. They're real fish as well. They are all real fish. I googled each and every one of them because I wanted it to be accurate. And it was so fun using all these tropical colours. Plus for the coral, I added, you can probably see, I did it based in Prismas, but then I added a purple and pink, just a fine liner. I just dotted it to get the texture. Because coral is very textured if you look at real coral. I wanted to try and portray that in this. I'm pretty sure I will add a background. I haven't figured out what yet, but I am going to do some kind of sea background on that. For some spring summer colour, I did this page from Mythographic Paradise. Some Dutch windmills with the tulips. I just went all out with the bright colours really. So you've got bright greens, pinks, really bright purple. What am I talking about? Really bright blue sky. And I complemented that with yellow. I'm not sure if I'm 100% happy with it. I think maybe I want to add something onto the trees or more in the sky. Because down here seems lots of detail, up here just seems a bit bare. But I did enjoy doing the page. It's calling out to me, but I'm not sure what it's calling out for at the moment. Oh, Botanicums. It's my only Maria Troll book, but I really, really enjoy it. And the page I recently did is this one. This gorgeous bouquet. And I knew when I first saw it that I wanted red poppies. And from there I went with a warm colour palette, so I went with quite an unusual white hydrangea. I'm not sure what these flowers are, but I made them orange to continue that warm theme. When I did the daisies, I actually added yellow, a little bit of cream onto their petals to warm them up. And if you notice, then I picked yellow greens and warm greens for the stems and the leaves. So they had this yellow undertone, and I did the butterfly. I think it's supposed to be a monarch, but I did it more like a swallowtail, as I wanted the yellow. And then for the background, I actually used Chris Cheng did something similar in Magical Jungle, and she had this background tutorial to do this. It's not quite a bouquet, but it was really beautiful. I knew it would work on this page and just really brings everything in together more cohesively. Plus, it was really fun experimenting. The colours she used were quite unusual. I'm not sure I would have put them together myself, so it was fun learning about that. That's my final completed page for the month. The only other page I've got is this one by Laura Rafferty. This is her Persephone portrait, which is currently a whip. Her ringlets are taking me quite a long while. Colouring ringlets is not easy. All the different strokes have to go in all different areas and figuring out which curl is which, but really proud of her at the moment. I love her skin. Her skin took me about, I don't know, 3-4 hours. It's over 20 pencils. And I'm looking forward to continuing it. I'm going to be doing a warm green on the stems. I think I'm going to probably make her dress white. That was the typical Grecian style. Then I have the corn. No, sorry, not corn. Wheat to do as well, and her crown. So that's coming along nicely. So those are all my pages for the month and my current whip. I hope that was enjoyable to watch and maybe even inspiring to do something from one of these colouring books. And I'm looking forward to finishing this page off and getting more done and coloured this month. So thank you for watching. Remember to give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And I will see you in the next one.